Let's do it. Let's start right.
Jesus. I need to reach out to some people and see if they have big bosses like that.
Rob would like leave around here at some point. He'd be like, I'm going to bed.
Hey folks, welcome to the SmackDown podcast. It's Kyle here, along with AJ Styles of Podcast and Sebastian. What's up, Sebastian?
I'm having much fun.
Oh my god, we are just having a botch-filled couple days. If you guys can't pick up on this, we both got eggs on our face. We just got done recording probably the first opening 10-15 minute segments just to realize we're not recording. This, of course, is following yesterday's failed episode where we recorded an entire hour to realize there was no audio on my end. So that's why Raw's episode is missing. Because, yeah, man. Oh my gosh, man. We're cursed,
update,
bro. We're cursed.
That update fucked your computer up.
Man, it did too. It really did. Oh my god. Wait, let me look. Yes, we're recording. Yes, the audio's reacting. I think this will clear the air. Okay. Oh my god. Thank you guys for joining us. I feel so awkward having to do this all over again. But we are your one-stop shop for your WWE recaps, reviews, predictions. Soon to be covering AEW. Man, yeah, I don't even know where to go with this. Just a couple guys that like to talk wrestling. We like it when you guys join along. In fact, if you guys want to talk wrestling with us, please hit us up on Twitter. We are at SmackDrawPod. You can find me at The Kai Tai Show. And Sebastian over here, he's got a nice little Twitter handle at WrestlingFan_32, which you just got done telling us you're proud of the simple name.
Yeah, simple the better, dude. I like simple things in life.
Yeah, just a good old Kentucky boy with a simple wrestling Twitter handle, man. I gotta hand it to you. You know, I gotta hand it to you. I got respect for that. Anyways,
I might change the number. I might make it 31 if I get bored.
31. I'll ask you why later. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm at a loss for words, you guys. I'm sorry that I normally feel so scripted, but between last night's episode and today, I am kind of down. I'll dive into it again really quick. The last couple weeks haven't been, or the last couple weeks have not been the best for the SmackDown podcast. By all intents and purposes, it looks like we lost one of our hosts. There's no official word on it yet. Maybe he's on a very extended vacation. But I think Mr. Benji may have possibly moved on to better things. We wish him the best. We hope he comes back and we get some clarity, some closure maybe. But all in all, no ill will on anyone's part here, man. Benji's a very, very busy guy with high expectations of himself, man. And we wish him the best in whatever he's doing. On top of that, we've missed the last couple NXT 205 Live episodes. That has not been intentional. We're not ditching it. We are attempting to keep it going. We're just having to adjust to the new schedule and all the demands. I mean, it's just, you know what, man? When we got into this, it seemed fun, but it's a lot of work, isn't it, Sebastian?
Yeah, it is. But last Wednesday, my internet was out, and then I think the week before that, my daughter was sick. So we've had good reasons as far as the Wednesday stuff's gone.
Yeah, but it is continuing. We fully intend on covering NXT 205 Live this week. It's actually kind of a blessing in disguise that Raw's episode messed up, because apparently I dropped some spoiler bombs last night. I didn't mean to. Because I thought it had already aired. So, oh my gosh, man. It's just been a mess. It's been such a mess. Oh, but hey, look, man, we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. Well, I mean, we have a lot of stuff in mind for us. You know what? I'll throw us out here. You know what? Second recording, big bomb drop. If you out there listening to us are interested in maybe, dabbling in the podcast stuff, maybe getting into it, hit us up. because I think in the very near future we might be recruiting 2 new spots. So hit up myself at the Kai Tai Show. Hit up our channel at SmackDrawPod. Hit up Sebastian at WrestlingFan_32 on what you, I guess, I mean, how would you put it, man? How would you put it? Like, on how you can join the SmackDraw podcast crew, as big of a mess as we are. Nah, we need some help, man. We need some more people on this show, because we got big plans. AEW's on the rise, and there's too much wrestling for 3 people to cover. That's really all it is. There's just too much wrestling for just a 3-person crew to continue going forward. So we really want your help, man.
Definitely when all 3 of us work full time and we have families too. So I mean, real life gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly. But we all do this because we love doing it, and I can say that genuinely, man. I can have a bad day, and hearing that I get to talk wrestling with Mr. Sebastian, Rob Roode, at the end of the night, man, it gets, at least it helps, man. It helps because we love doing it, man. I know I do. I don't think you'd be doing this, Sebastian, if you didn't enjoy it.
Oh, I could talk wrestling all day. But
all day.
I wouldn't be doing this, no. I'd be going to bed for work tomorrow. But instead, I wake up sleep deprived, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got, my store is understaffed. It's literally just 2 of us, until they can get a manager and a 4th person in, run an AT&T store. I got 2 days open to close. In the next 2 days, I think I'm going to be gone and work something like 25 hours in the next 2 days. So,
I understand about being understaffed. Trust me, we have about 55 clients where I work and about 9 staff right now. So yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Watching 55 people all day with 9 people, it's a little hard, especially when you work in the mental health kind of side of the world. So, I understand.
Way to make me sound like a pussy, instantly.
No.
Oh, poor you selling cell phones in phone cases all day. All by your lonesome.
No, man, it's all good.
Oh,
I've been there about 4.5 years, or about 4 years now, so I can handle a little toughness in it, I guess.
Oh, man. All right, man. That's enough. I mean, wait. Oh, you know what? We forgot. We got to forgot to plug where we are. Our show just recently got added to Google Play Music, iTunes, and Stitcher Radio, man. I'm super proud of that. Also, we can be found on Podbean, Spotify, and then, of course, YouTube. Make sure, though, what we are trying to do right now is work on a game plan, a roadmap, something different to spice up YouTube. All the other channels is going to be the strict podcast, of course, but we're working on some different stuff to offer special for YouTube. And I told you, Sebastian, hit me up after the show. I have a couple ideas that, just a couple, that we'll do for YouTube hopefully here soon.
For sure.
Yeah. But you guys, go over to YouTube. The whole point I'm talking about it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Help us get to the 100 subscriber mark. And so we can get that nice custom URL. I think recently, if I'm correct here, we actually just got a new subscriber to YouTube. If I can possibly see right here. Come on. New subscriber, Dara22202. Thank you, Dara, for your subscription. That's really it. We got 1 new subscriber. Give you a shout out because we appreciate it.
It's hard on YouTube, dude. And right now all we got is the still shots. So, but it's coming up. We're gonna do some shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And then before we got into this, I did hear some people talking about YouTube. They said your first 100 subscribers is the hardest. They said after you get to 100, it kind of snowballs. We'll see if that's true. We're just a couple humble guys that talk wrestling, but we'll see.
I believe it. I had some experience with YouTube before we started this, and it's hard starting out, dude. It really is.
Yeah. But speaking of talking wrestling, let's talk SmackDown, man. In a nutshell, Sebastian, what were your thoughts?
Oh, it was good. It had some good in-ring action throughout the night. I think everyone that stepped inside the ring delivered. You had a little mix of story progression when it comes to Orton, Kofi, and the Roman Reigns storyline. So they wasn't much filler. Everything had a purpose. Everything had a reason, and you can't really complain.
Hell yeah. I know I was talking to you before the show, and then before our first recording of the show, that all that stuck out to me was the closing angle. But like I said, now that I've had a chance to review my notes, I actually was wrong. Pretty much every physical altercation, including the Bayley and Lacey Evans match, was decent. I can't think of a lame match in the show at all. Like no lame squash match, nothing. Like all the in-ring action was there. So I think SmackDown right now, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too impulsive, but maybe SmackDown's just lacking an identity. It's in between the wrestling show that's on television and also like Raw recap. Maybe, I don't know. Like I just feel like Raw is very defined. You know what I mean? In what it is. Doesn't mean it's great, but it's very defined. NXT, which is about to be on television, is super defined. You know, NXT obviously has probably the biggest identity out of the three shows, but SmackDown, to me, I can never tell if I'm getting a Raw recap, if I'm getting an in-ring action, or if I'm actually going to get story progression on SmackDown. You never really know what you're in for, and I guess I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to complain. SmackDown, I just never know what to expect, you know, lately.
Well, it don't help that Vince has been ripping the scripts up 2 hours before the show. But, you know, they're moving the Fox. You know, maybe they know what Fox is going to offer as far as production and stuff, or the sports like field are going to go for. And maybe they feel like they just can't do what they're going to do here soon on USA, and they're just kind of crossing a bridge right now.
Maybe, man, maybe. The show kicked off with 2 recaps. We got a recap of the Kofi story, going over mainly last week's SmackDown. I think it was where he gave Randy Orton a Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere, which was pretty sweet. I loved my favorite whole part of that, him jumping Randy Orton, was like he was super amped up, because you rarely see, like, you see the slap in the face a lot nowadays because it does add to intensity and it doesn't arguably like injure the wrestlers, so it's a clear move to add to the storytelling. But Kofi was slapping the taste out of Randy while he was like unconscious on the mat, and that just seemed so vile and vicious. Like I remember being like jaw dropped when I saw him doing that, man. But anyways, we got a recap of that, and then we got a recap of the Roman story. Is he or is he not? Oh, go ahead.
Which, by the way, in the first 10 minutes having 2 long video packages, that's a choice. Like, I don't understand the logic of that.
Yep.
But they recovered. But just starting off, that left a bad taste in my mouth, just getting video packages.
We were almost an hour into the show with only 1 match on the air. I did note that, man. I did notate that, you know, we really did almost go a full hour with only 1 match. But it's okay. In hindsight, it's okay. We also got the plug of the Roman recap of his whole story thing, and is he going to apologize tonight? And it's a really, I don't feel that as a decisive story mechanic. Like, who gets behind, like, how is that a hook for someone to stay and watch how this plays out? Will this man apologize to this other man for possibly false accusing him of attempted murder? Like, the whole hook is he going to apologize? I get if it's like, how is he going to react? You know, how does he feel? But the whole night, no, it was just the build. Is Roman going to apologize? Like, who cares? Who cares if he apologizes or not? What's that?
That's a pro wrestling specialty.
I'm telling you, man. Like, in correct me in the comments. Correct me in the comments if that is a good story mechanic for you. Please, feel free to articulate it. Tell me how.
I will give them this. They did play up how he apologized to Samoa Joe. So, even though I wasn't a big fan of it, at least it wasn't one of those out of nowhere for no reason things. They tried to add reasoning to it, which is more than what they usually do with this stuff. So
yeah, man. I don't know. Man.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah. When we finally got done with all the recaps, Kofi's in the ring. We already said this. Detailing his beatdown of Randy Orton last week. Randy appears on the Titantron. He okay, so I'll ask you, and I'm gonna pretend that we didn't just go over this like 15 minutes ago. But how do you feel about the whole like stupid angle? It's a take on a shoot thing that happened years ago. Randy Orton lost his temper in the ring, calling Kofi stupid. Mike's picked it up, video picked it up, everything, creates a wonderful story 10 years down the road. But now they are they cramming it down our throat to the point where it's cringy, or are they not at that point yet?
I could see where some people would think that. I guess it just depends on the person's patience. Personally, I don't think they've crossed that bridge. But I think they're tippy-toeing to it. I think they're getting close. I think they need to... I mean, it's okay to say it once or twice, but like Randy not saying it 15 times or whatever it is, I think it has a little much. But they're definitely getting that... I mean, I don't think it's hurt their program. I'm still very invested in the Orton and Kofi program. But yeah, they're crossing the line as far as the stupid line goes.
I don't know. I feel like it... Like, when it's going on, it makes it less personal for me, but then what followed just took those fears away. Because Randy Orton's on the Titantron. I mean, like, it's what he does. He just says stupid. Like, he's like, stupid, like 15 times in a row. But he's like, I got your attention now. He said, he reads a fan letter, where the fan is worried for Kofi's well-being. And this is where Randy shines, man, because he's always knows how to get his feuds personal. The fan letter ends up being from Kai, Kofi's son. And Randy, I love it, man. Randy's never in a feud where he's arguing that he's being overlooked, or he missed an opportunity, or he didn't get into like a shampoo commercial. Like, no, his feuds are personal every time, and they always feel genuinely personal. AJ's wife, Stephanie McMahon when he's feuding with wait, no, he didn't feud with AJ Styles and bring his wife into it. That was Samoa Joe. No, he burned down Bray Wyatt's shack. I can't remember if there was a specific name to that shack, but he burned down. Huh?
Or she shed, or whatever that State Farm commercial is.
My she shed. She shed burned down. Oh, my God. No, man. Randy Orton always knows how to make his feuds personal, man. And that's what's cool about him. It gives the feud gusto. Of course, him attacking, the New Day as well. Like, Xavier Woods looking like he broke his leg. Oh, man, it was good. They ended up fighting backstage, man.
In the gorilla position.
In the gorilla.
That's been a long time.
I must have looked away for a brief second because they were brawling, and the next thing I know, like, Kofi is smelling canvas. Did he just eat an RKO? Is that all it was?
No, he hit the hangman DDT that he usually does on the ring ropes.
Oh.
He had off the table.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kofi ends up smelling canvas at the end of the brawl. We cut to commercial. We come back. Big E is outside the trainer's room. Big E gets interviewed. He pretty much advertises he's got a match against Randy Orton later on that night. And I love this because finally we're going to get a serious, agitated, pissed off Big E, which is my favorite Big E. I love comical Big E. Oh my God, don't get me started. His Skittles commercial, him in the Skittles commercial is the greatest thing ever, man. I'm trying not to F-bomb too much, but it's seriously so good. But I love in the ring when Big E is pissed off because he is a scary human being, man. He is a scary human being. He's like a I don't know. I don't want to actually. You know what? I don't even want to compare him to nobody. I don't. I wanted to compare him to like Brock Lesnar or oh God. You can't compare him. Bobby Lashley, you can't compare him to either of those guys. He stands on his own 2 feet, and when he's pissed off, he definitely feels like a solo act to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah,
I can definitely get behind that. Yeah, single was a Big E run.
Man,
we can get more into that when when the match comes up.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. What followed this match?
God, was it
The
Ali?
first round King of the Ring. Yeah,
it was Ali.
I was trying to give myself a break from airtime and let you go into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what you expected. If you watched their matches at 205, they deliver bangers. I mean, and Buddy, as hot as he's been as far as in-ring the last couple of weeks, is everything you expected. I was kind of surprised by the outcome. I was expecting Buddy to win. But, I mean, it's not a deal breaker. Ali...
You know what I like?
What?
In the beginning of the match, Ali chopped Buddy Murphy and hurt his damn self. Like, that was so real. He threw Buddy Murphy into the corner and chopped him, and then instantly turned around and was like, fuck! Like, held his head. And the commentators picked up on it, and they said that it was because Buddy Murphy's got a really defined like chest, like his pecs and everything. He's really well built. That was cool, man. Like, that was really cool.
And I actually missed that part, but shout out to commentary. I know things like that, so I missed that. But if I'd have noticed it, I'd have shouted that out. So
yeah, that was so cool. Ollie just chopped the hell out of him, and then like instantly turned around, was like, oh, just like grabbed his hand. It was so good. You never see that nowadays. You know what I mean? You never see a basic move with a twist. Like, you rarely see that, man. But it was so good.
Sorry, I don't want to. But
you're good.
No,
you're
it was a banger, dude. I mean, it was up there with Roman and Buddy and Daniel and Buddy. I mean, it wouldn't.
Yeah, man.
It'd be hard to rank these 3 matches 1 through 3, which all 3 of them being good, so 3 ain't an insult to begin with. But
I'm happy with it. I'm so happy with it because you had Roman and Daniel Bryan elevate Buddy Murphy to this main event status, right? And then in turn, you had this match elevate Ali as well. And so now it feels like we've got 2 new main event contenders in Ali and Buddy Murphy. And I thought it was great, man. It was an insane match. Ali hits this tilt-a-whirl. I called it like a tilt-a-whirl DDT to Murphy, who was draped through the ropes. Which you got, if there's a GIF online, you got to see it. It's a thing of beauty, man. And then he follows it up with the 450 splash. I guess they're ditching his 054, the backwards 450. I guess maybe they think it's too dangerous, because I have seen him finish the last couple matches with the 450, and that's fine. But yeah, he gets the win over Buddy Murphy. And before the match began and after the match, ended. They both shook hands, good sports. Probably the only face slash heel match we're going to get this tournament. And they did it right. It showed that it can be successful. And I said this before. I don't know if it was on the episode of Raw that we had to delete, or if it's on the special episode we shot that has yet to air. But face matches I think are easier to book than heel versus heel matches.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But
it's just the live crowd, dude. When it's heel, it's hard.
Because they want to see them both lose. They just want to boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you're watching on TV, a live crowd helps the TV.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what would be interesting is if you had the tournament of heels. The tournament of heels, man. I would kind of like to see that, man. Just everybody being dickbags in different ways, between trying to cheat and then how chauvinistic they are. Like, I don't know, man. It would be interesting. I bet you could book it. I bet there's a way to book it. But anyways, yeah, man. Ali goes on. He's going on to face Elias. Okay, Ali and Elias. Who's got that? So originally I had Kevin Owens beating Elias, and then I had... Ooh, man, yeah. I want to say I had... I have a picture somewhere.
I think you had Buddy making it to the...
I think I had Buddy. I think I had Buddy, yeah.
Yeah,
so now I've been wrong again, so... I'm going to say... Wait. We'll get into it after. You know what? In avoiding spoiling the next one, yeah, we'll just get into it afterwards.
I will plug real quick. If you like this match and you don't watch 205, some of this match got cut by commercial, so you wasn't able to experience the full thing. Go on the network. Watch Ali versus Murphy, the no DQ match, or whatever match 22 that they've had. I mean, they deliver great matches. It doesn't matter. And you don't have to worry about pesky commercials on the network. So
hell no. Yeah, 205 Live is such an underrated show. God, I don't want to get into it now. We'll save it for a topic of discussion later. But I feel like just 205 Live, we need a segment. Who knows? Might be a YouTube special. But we need something to talk really in depth about 205 Live. Next up, we got a backstage segment between Bayley and Ember Moon. Essentially, Ember Moon showing Bayley respect, but asking her not to don't get too comfortable. I'm still a competitor. You were the better woman, this and that. But it is what it was. It was a tool to introduce Lacey Evans, who is back. I don't know where she's been. Lacey comes in, says, if you guys think that you're the top of the division, well, you're wrong because it's me. And apparently, Lacey says that we'll see in our match later, but maybe I missed something. I couldn't figure out who it was against. Because you had both Ember Moon and Bayley there, and it was we have a match later, but I never saw anything that defined who it was against when they came out of that segment.
They had the faces, the little renders up on the bottom. But I think they announced this match about 5 or 10 minutes before the show went on air on Twitter. So I knew who it was. But, yeah, if you didn't see those renders, then, yeah, you probably would be confused.
Okay. So after that, we got Miz came out. This was filler. Hopefully, this was.
I wouldn't call it filler. I mean,
was filler nothing.
This is the start of the Sammy and Nakamura alliance, and obviously the start of it's gonna mean something down the road. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Miz and Nakamura at Clash of Champions. So
yeah,
it has a meaning. A filler to me is something that ain't gonna matter a week or two down the line. But this is gonna.
Okay. Yeah, Miz came out along with Sami Zayn, Sami on the ramp and Miz in the ring. They have a verbal altercation battle essentially, just talking trash to each other. Before Miz tells Sami to come in the ring and let Miz beat some respect into him. Sami refuses, so Miz is like, okay, I'll come out there and beat respect into you. It's all a red herring as Miz is going after Sami. We get Nakamura jumps Miz from behind, and Nakamura proceeds to just beat the dog piss out of the Miz, while Sami Zayn is working the hype man status on the mic. And I was both annoyed and entertained, so I guess that is good work by Zayn, because Zayn was just, oh my god, man, he was every time the Miz got hit, Zayn jumped like a 24-inch vertical leap. Like, Zayn was jumping and yelling on the mic. He was super hyped, man, in this new role. But it was good, man. It was really good.
I'm all for it, dude. I love the Sami and Nakamura alliance. And last week, Sami said, they were stars. So I'm really interested to see if they pull anybody else.
Yeah.
Make it
I wonder if they even know, or if that was just they probably don't know. They probably said that like just in case we can fit anyone else under the Sami Zayn umbrella. You know what I mean?
Sometimes happy accidents happens. There's a report that the only reason Buddy got the Roman match was because Buddy was accidentally in a shot.
Accidentally was in the shot. Yeah, right? That's crazy.
Things can happen.
Yeah, man. Well, we followed this up with the Bayley and Lacey Evans match, right? Yeah, we did. This match was decent, man. Did I miss any botches? Because I was half in this match. I forget what the other half was into, but I was half in this match, and I was like, damn, this is going on for a while. And then, because Bayley was owning it in the beginning, and before commercial break, Charlotte comes out. During the commercial, apparently Charlotte served as a inadvertent distraction. Because Lacey Evans was having control when they come back from commercial. Lacey got off her awesome moonsault. I love her moonsault. She got that. She received a Bayley to belly, but got her hand on the ropes to avoid the pinfall there. Ultimately succumbs to an elbow drop. But the story...
Bayley to Bayley. She ate two of the Bayley to Baileys.
She ate
the
two
second
of
one
them.
just looked god awful.
Gotcha.
The second one looked god awful.
Okay, yeah, I missed that one then. Because I asked if there was a botch, and I must have missed it. Because I was like, man, I think they just worked a fairly long match, and it was decent. But yeah, like I said, I was half in it, man. I don't know. I love Bayley. I love Bayley, man, but it's hard. It's hard to. God, I don't want to be that person, man. I want to stand up for her, but her shit is just so hard to keep me interested. I don't know, man.
It's definitely her. It's definitely her character, man. I mean, if she touches a mic, like you can notice in the ring, she gets reactions in the ring.
Yeah.
People still have Bayley chants and stuff. But the moment she touches a microphone, she's just turned on her. I mean, you get boring chants, CM Punk chants.
Whatever,
it's just a character.
Yeah, and it's because, like, WWE's creative team doesn't watch NXT, or it doesn't appear they do. Because in NXT, she had better direction. I don't know if actually we can blame it on that. Actually, now that I'm saying it, I don't know if we can necessarily blame it on them not being able to follow through with their NXT character work.
I don't really.
My thing is Bayley has always been better chasing the title than owning the title. Like, she has always been a better underdog than a better franchise. Like, I don't know.
not just that, it took me a little while to jump on NXT bandwagon, so I might have missed stuff. I wasn't watching for the full Bayley stuff.
Did you watch
But
her match in Brooklyn with Sasha Banks?
yeah, so like I watched her best matches and stuff like that. But as far as like watching week to week, I wasn't there for that ride. But as far as I can tell, because going back and looking at her backstage segments and stuff, it still was like that fan of just growing up. This is my dream, Bayley.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to do that when you're on a 1 hour episode every 2 to 3 weeks
That
instead
is
of a
true.
3 hour week every week.
Overexposure. Yeah, that's true.
So, that's one thing people don't like to admit. They can say main roster booking all they want, but it's just a different animal.
It is.
In a lot of cases, it just don't work out.
You're absolutely right. I think this is going to bring me to my question of the night, which is going to be a new thing I'm starting, is if you are upset with Bayley's character, because it seems like that's just the constant thing. It's when Bayley touches a microphone. It's her character work. It's all of this and that. How do you book Bayley to be the respected legend that she is going to be perceived as, and probably going to be by the end of her career? Like, what is her major angle that's missing? Like, what would you do to book Bayley to make her the phenom that she really can be?
Look, I don't want to be this guy because I hate being this guy. And I'm not even saying this as the answer because we don't know what it's like. Like when Sasha turned heel, we knew what a heel Sasha was like.
Yeah.
But me personally, I've never seen a heel Bayley.
So
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the answer. But I like the form of Bayley at what we see hints of here and there, even today. Just the pissy, not giving a damn Bayley. Going
That's
out
true.
shoving people.
Dude, she had
that's the Bayley I like seeing, not the awkward talking.
She had that one part where she jumped Sasha on Raw, like, I don't know, like a year or two ago, and she stood over and she was like, "You ain't shit." I was like, oh my god, that was the coolest thing ever.
We've seen signs of it since she jumped to SmackDown from the latest Shakeout.
Yeah, I'm done with hugging. Yeah. How do you book Bayley, man? How do you book Bayley?
Just like that, man. Just get the hugging and all that crap out of there and just be serious.
I'm pissed off and I'm serious, man, about my competition and my reigns.
No one takes me serious, and it's time that you do. So
there you go. Hey, man, you may have answered it right there on air. Next up, we had the Randy Orton and Big E match. This right here, boy, oh boy, I need this Big E every time, man. I need... Oh, this is such a terrible thing to say because I love the New Day and I love Big E as a singles wrestler. Like, Jesus, dude, when Big E is pissed off, we rarely see it. Like, the most notable time was way back at Hell in the Cell when it was the New Day versus the Usos, and Big E snapped in the match, and he was pissed off. He just, like, it was like watching Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, dude, at that point, nothing could stop him. And seeing Big E have that in his character, because that's there, like in a loaded chamber that we never get to see. Is like, what if Big E was pissed off? What if he wasn't playful and playing to the crowd? What if he was just a killer? Like, what if Big E was just a fucking killer, dude? Oh my god, dude. Like, it's money just being left on the table right now. And I want to see it, man. I want to see it. Because as much as I love Big E, because on the other side of this coin, I got to say, like, dude, the best Skittles commercial I ever seen is with the New Day. And Big E freaking out in the tub full of Skittles. I love that shit, man. I love it. But I want to see, like, ruthless killer Big E. Just rabid Big E, dude. Because, oh my god, man. Like, it is a scary thing. It's a scary thing, dude, to think about.
Yeah, seriously, when he came out there was no dancing, and he pulled his
Nothing.
belt off halfway to the ring and just laid it on the ground. He didn't give a damn. But, look, I love the New Day. And I'm not saying they should break up. I'm not that guy. I like them together. I think it's very cool to see a faction last this long without splitting. And I think
No
it'd be
dissension.
kind of cool.
They've had no dissension in their ranks.
I think it'd be kind of a cool thing if that lasted, because that would be something that we literally have never seen before. But, sometimes you gotta be serious. And this, after going kind of bring Kofi's kids into it, breaking Xavier's leg, not really breaking it, but
yeah,
a bad injury. Xavier's been on the shelf for a couple of weeks. I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
but and then of course the Kofi attack from earlier tonight. I want to see Kofi have the same demeanor at Clash of Champions, and I give people all the time, Kofi has to be serious. He's champ now. He don't have to be serious just because he's champ. His character is what got him to be champ. That's what got him over. So there's no need to change that. But in this situation, it's time to be serious. Don't be serious because you have the belt. Be serious because of the story. And I think I want Kofi to be exactly how Big E came out tonight.
Absolutely, man. And you know what? Stacking on to Big E, he owned Randy Orton the entire match.
Yeah, he did.
This wasn't like he came out strong because he was pissed and then Randy took over because Randy's power rankings is so high. Like, no. Big E was serious. He owned Randy's ass the whole match.
Except there in the commercial.
Yeah.
When I had the little box, Randy did.
Oh, I never paid attention to the little box. Like that chunk is
I do. It depends on who's on the TV. Depends on who the TV. That's when I'm watching. But yeah, Randy dominated that. He did his little backdrop on the announce table. I think like 4 times.
Goodness gracious.
So,
excuse me.
Yeah, he had a lot of offense during that. That was actually a long commercial break. Like I think it was like 3 minutes.
My God, but But Big E owned Randy Orton. Like, this is fucking, he owned him, man. Like, he owned him. The only way Randy got through this match was the Revival came in at the last possible second. Got a cheap shot in when the ref was distracted, allowing for an RKO. That was it. Like, Randy had, televised offense. Randy had, no offense. None, man. You get the picture-in-picture, but that's non-canon. That's just not meander during commercials. You know what I mean? Oh man, I don't know. I'll chill out a little bit.
I love to see a singles Big E run.
Man, me too.
I think if he's a singles guy, he has to expand his moveset a little bit, because if you watched tonight, there's a lot of suplexes and there's a lot of clotheslines, and they wouldn't much else ever in that.
You're right.
But as far as the character and as far as, he gets reactions from the crowd too. So there's a lot of things that are there for Big E.
He's got one of the scariest moves in the business, his spear through the ropes. Yeah. That is one of the scariest things. I'm surprised that's still allowed to go on, because he's legit almost broke his neck on a couple occasions.
Yeah. So, like I said, he has a lot of pieces of the puzzle. It's just, you got to add a few more moves to your arsenal, I think, as far as he goes as a singles guy.
So, what happened during the segment that followed this? Because I was expecting Rob to be on the show tonight, so I didn't bother to take any notes. I just wrote down lame short joke.
That was about it.
Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, man. They're talking up their first round King of the Ring tournament match later on in the night.
Yep, that was
it was really
it. Was it? Yeah, it was it. Shelton just came over there and was like, Shorty Gable, or something stupid.
Yeah.
And he was like, see you in the ring. And that was about it.
I don't know, man. This is where Rob would get super excited. Oh my God, I love this. Shelton Benjamin's my boo. But Rob doesn't have that gravitas in his voice. I don't know why I'm putting that there. But he just, yeah, man. I don't know, dude. The short jokes, I'm not gonna sit here and sit on a high horse like I'm some sophisticated individual. But the fart jokes and short jokes to me are just overplayed. I don't know, man. You guys tear me up in the comments section if you want, but I could care less, man.
I agree. I agree. I mean,
You
especially
gotta,
with this day and age,
dude.
it's not like we're in the 90s and you got to be 300 pounds muscle to main event. You got guys like
Dude, have you
AJ
seen?
Styles and I mean,
Have you seen Gable in all the segments in the last couple weeks? What's he doing? He's serious. He's working out. He's taking his job seriously. Gable has not played around for a moment in his segments. He don't even feed into the short jokes like Drake Maverick feeds into his jokes. You know what I mean? Like Gable's back there. He's working out and he's taking all this shit and just like he's using it as fuel, man. Chad Gable is he's out there. He's taking the stuff seriously, you know. And God, I hope they don't relegate him to like Lance Storm 2.0 when Lance Storm was like boring and they tried to make him something he wasn't. Like, no, man, no, Gable's not even boring. Gable's not boring at all. And I shouldn't say that about Lance Storm because Lance Storm's a legend. Yeah, I don't know. That comparison wasn't fair. It's just like just lay off the short jokes, bro. Like Gable's a star, man. Gable's the shit, man. He is. I like him, even if he does have like in your words a weaker finisher. Gable can go. Yeah, he can go, man. He can go. Like I said, I told you on a WWE 2K16, man. My created wrestler, that was his finisher. That Roland German, that was my junk, man.
mine was the vertebraker, I believe.
The vertebraker, sweet. Oh boy, this next part, Elias, he tried on the crown, he tried the scepter on, right? What'd get him though?
He's not gonna win King of the Ring.
He ain't gonna win King of the Ring, is he? Hell
no.
no.
Even the at the end of this segment, even the announce team brought that up. I thought that was funny.
It's bad luck, man. It's bad luck. Elias cuts a promo on the throne. Just like, and I could feel the crowd be like, Elias, why are you out here? Like why? I thought we had a matchup, man, and we found out shortly why. Elias is on the throne. He gets jumped by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets him into the ring, hits him with a Stone Cold Stunner. I thought Kevin Owens was about to be our new 24/7 champion. I thought that's man, yeah, but I thought that's what he was doing. He hit the stunner on Elias, walked it off. Truth, of course, he sees the opportunity. He emerges. He pins Elias to become the new 24/7 champion. But no, Drake Maverick, out of nowhere, pulls Truth off, pulls him out the ring. He gets the pin. Drake Maverick, well-deserved Drake Maverick, as hard as that man works, is our new 24/7 champion, man. Oh, it's so good. I was happy for him, man. He gets
to consummate his marriage now.
He gets to consummate his marriage. Did you think when he was running around the ring he was going to get rolled up?
He did trip.
He tripped. I thought his ass was about to get rolled up, man.
I'm glad the title's on Drake. It just seems like if it's not on Truth or Drake, it kind of loses some of its momentum, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just don't seem as impactful unless the belt's on there.
You gotta take little breaks, though. You gotta take little breaks. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You know what I mean? I'm happy it's on him, man. Cool. Let's see if it makes it all the way to Raw next week, you know? Probably not. It probably got put on Truth on 205 Live.
Probably like midway through consummating his marriage, or Truth is like,
no, I don't need that visual. Oh, that's so bad. Wait, you know what? What if
he's gonna pin Drake while Drake's pinning his wife? It's gonna be awesome.
What if while Drake and his wife are consummating their marriage, you know, and his wife is, you know, on the top position? Does that?
And then our Truth pins her. No, I better
No.
stop. I better, I
So
better,
bad. This is
I better
terrible.
stop.
This is terrible stuff. This is terrible. This is debauchery. Okay. Next up was Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin. The final first round of the King of the Ring tournament. This match was essentially probably like if Rob was awake, I'm assuming he was asleep. Um, Rob would have loved this because the whole match was Shelton Benjamin taunting Gable, calling him short throughout the match. Even at one point, doing that stereotypical hand on the forehead thing. Like, he's got short arms. But, like, Chad Gable, dude, he's an Olympic caliber wrestler, bro. He's going to duck that. He's going to shoot the double. He's going to suplex your ass. And that's what happened, man. Gable was taking this stuff seriously the whole time, while Shelton Benjamin was acting all kooky and relying on short jokes. And that's what happened, man. Gable took it seriously. It backfired on Benjamin. Gable hits a sunset pin for the win, and he will face Andrade in next week's quarterfinals, man. And I was happy for him, dude. I was so happy for him, man.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it didn't have a ton of time, but the time it did, I thought it was a very effective segment. There was some good stuff. You had the transition that Shelton hit into that ankle lock. I thought that was really good. Benjamin slinging Chad into the barricade was cool. They packed some stuff into this, and you know, when Shelton came back the first time before he got injured, and his signing became, you know, I guess they canceled the whole thing.
Right.
I was very excited for Shelton. I mean, growing up, I was a big Shelton Benjamin fan.
Yeah.
And in this match, man, you kind of realize they've really missed the boat with him. They could have, I'm not saying put him in a main event or anything like that, don't get me wrong, but they could have used him as, you know, kind of like Dolph, I guess, just go out there, have good matches, put people over, make people look good, but instead
Money in the
he's just
bank,
not been
man.
on TV at all.
Money in the bank
Yeah.
matches. Money in the bank ladder matches. High athleticism matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put him in
And
those. Yeah.
the gatekeeper, in a way. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with Shelton that doesn't involve him winning a lot of matches and stuff, and that being okay. I mean, at his age, I don't even think he expects to be a massive push or anything.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just feel like they missed the boat with him, and that's sad to see as being a big Shelton
is.
fan and
It
being
is.
as hyped as I was when he came up.
No, it absolutely is, Ben. But the right man won. So next week's quarterfinals is Elias and Ali, and then of course Gable will be taking on.
Andrade.
Thank you, Andrade. So who we know we have to have, like, you know WWE gonna have one heel and one face for the winners of those. It's got to be Andrade wins and then Ali wins, right?
Yeah, and I'm not even taking the face heel dynamic into it. I think that's definitely the best. I mean, you really want a good match in the semifinals, and I don't think Gable, anything with Elias, really, I don't see being a semifinal caliber match.
No,
Not
Elias
shot
is
him.
much more a character worker than an in-ring worker.
Yeah, and in the semis, I don't think you really want that. I think Andrade and Ali is the best way to go, and you can still protect Gable if you are doing something with him. With the non-decisive win today, you can have Shelton interfere toward the end and do it like that.
Because they got to, they got to get that Shorty G label on him at some point. Apparently.
Yep. So yeah, I think it's definitely Ali and Andrade, and probably Ricochet Corbin on the other side.
Nice. Last up, we have the not conclusion, just. Well, I mean, is Roman going to apologize? Hell no. Man, he was never going to apologize. Something's too shady going on right here. Roman does not apologize. And then we get footage of Rowan. All of a sudden, newfound footage appears of Rowan being present in that first attack. Daniel Bryan asks if what Rowan, his involvement was. The moment Rowan tries to own accountability, Daniel Bryan slaps the taste out of him multiple times. Did you expect Rowan at that point to lash out?
No, I don't. I think the way it went, I think it's obvious this isn't a breakup, and Daniel had something to do with it. But you gotta make it. You gotta sell it. You
gotta sell it, man.
So,
Daniel really just looked, dude. Daniel looks seriously
crazy.
Like he is going crazy. Like he is mentally like. I told you, this is such a weird Daniel Bryan, and it's been subtle. It has been just a gradual descent into insanity on his end. Like he really is just. It's not like bad. I mean, I hope it's not bad character work, because he just legit episode after episode feels like he's descending into this madness, and I love it. I absolutely love it. He slaps the taste out of Rowan. Oh, go ahead.
I was sort of confused why they couldn't, play the whole. It was the Rowan lookalike thing, guy though.
Yeah, they really dropped that this week, didn't they? That was almost.
Yeah, there was nothing of a close up on the face to see it was definitely him. So they could have definitely. I don't understand. I guess they realized how bad that actually bombed, and they was like, "Well, we're gonna forget that happened."
Yeah.
But
so bad. Oh man. But Daniel Bryan comes out protesting. It's not me. I didn't know. And he gets
one little detail though.
What?
Roland was on the other side of the forklift, so somebody still has to be on the forklift side, and I think that's where they're gonna bring Bryan in.
Bryan, yeah. Because you can't do Luke Harper, man. It can't be like a Bludgeon Brothers reuniting. I really want Luke Harper to do his own thing.
Unless Bryan's still with them. I could see Bryan leading Rowan and Harper, and Bryan doing some single stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. I could see that. Yeah, we'll get into it deeper on another take. But yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, who was on the forklift side? But yeah, Bryan just essentially storms towards the ring at this point because he's backstage when they discover the footage, and he comes out to the ring with a microphone. Rowan, it wasn't me. I didn't know. I trusted him. He's a liar. And Roman's like, dude, enough of the shenanigans. He just spears Daniel Bryan, and that's how SmackDown went off the air, man. So we still have no clear answers other than Rowan was in fact present when the scaffolding fell on Roman Reigns, and all we can do is speculate, man. I guess the real question here: does WWE know? Do they know right now? Do they know who did it?
Oh, I think they know. I think it's definitely Daniel Bryan Rowan, with Daniel being.
Dude, because Daniel Bryan's like a crazy fucking person, man.
Yeah, they know. They have a destination in mind in here. This ain't one of them cases where I feel like they're just trying to figure it out. We both.
Yeah, I hope not.
And I'm not going to go on a rant here like I usually do, but thank God that guy just happened to have a mic when Daniel took 2 steps after something.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Give me that microphone. Oh yeah, I always carry microphones on me.
I just happen to have one here.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyways, that's our show, man. That was not our show, but that was SmackDown. Like I said, it was decent. Gives us hooks. Come back next week, still come back. He's going on cliffhangers. They're doing the right little spots. Let's go ahead and see if we got any questions for the show tonight. I think I got one over here.
And I have one.
You do? Okay. I got one from at Team McIntyre or HeatherMania1. She's super active on Twitter, man. She's all the time recording videos of herself, celebrating what's going on in wrestling, and then I think she watches Girl Meets World. She's always posting bootleg videos up. It's crazy. But she says, how did you guys feel about the match with Big E and Randy Orton? I kind of put my feelings out there when we recapped it, man. I want to see a singles run Biggie at some point, man. Before we miss the boat, I want to see that singles run.
Yeah, I agree. I can. I would love to see a singles run, and I very much enjoy singles matches with Big E. We don't get them very often, but when we do, they're mostly entertaining. I like tonight's match.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. What was the question that you got?
Uh, I don't really know how to answer this. It wouldn't 100% confirmed. But Pastor Cynthia McCant said, "So are we just going to ignore what Corey Graves said to Byron on live TV? Was this a low blow or not?" I tried to reply and say, what was the exact line? Because Corey tends to go overboard. If you remember on Monday, he just called Renee a goat digger.
Yeah, he says a lot, man.
So to answer your question without actually knowing what the line was, it probably was. Corey usually says one or two things every show that you can kind of say cross the line some way, depending on what
Yeah.
Everybody has a different definition of crossing the line. But yeah, Corey can cross.
Yeah,
wouldn't be the first time.
I'm trying to look at her Twitter page to see if I can get any hints. And it looked like she joined just in July. This is a new account. So I can't find anything in reference to Miss Cynthia McCants or Pastor Cynthia. So I apologize, Cynthia. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't necessarily know. I guess we're gonna ignore it because honestly, everything that Corey Graves says, we have to ignore anyways. He's never held accountable for what he says. You know what I mean?
I actually went to her tweets and replies, and something about a high school prison. I don't know. I still don't really say exactly what the line was. I'm not sure, but yeah, he probably crossed the line. It wouldn't be the first time.
Wouldn't be the first, won't be the last. That's for sure. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, man, you guys, that's our show. Make sure to tune in tomorrow when we recap our return to the 205 Live and NXT show. And thank you guys for sticking with us, man. Make sure to answer down in the comments below and hit us up on Twitter. What would you do to tweak Bayley's character to get her to that next level? Is it different moveset, different character work? How exactly would you guys do that? Go ahead and hit us up at SmackDrawPod. Hit me up at the Kai Tai Show. And hit Sebastian up, especially at WrestlingFan_32. Once again, you guys, thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.
Have a good one.